Mic check. Oh, we got it. Dun, 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 dun. Are you ready? Are you ready? Can you feel it? Dur, 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 dur. That's right. He's going live. Here we are. What's up? I'm gonna let me know if we get some mic audio. Let me check it on my phone. We are back in the building. We are back. Let's go. Just want to make sure we got everything hooked up right. Make sure the audio is feeling good. You guys are getting space time. Space time. We got some good stuff coming on, man. You guys sit back and relax. So make sure we got some audio. Oh, it looks great. And we don't even have very much lag. Let's go. It's like 3 seconds. Just like gut 3. Let's go. So yeah. How you guys been? Welcome in. Here we go. There's like already nobody on the chat. I think there was one person here that got skipped out. But you know, hey, it's cool. We're going to count it in like a big group hug and just say, wow, what the last couple of weeks we've been through, right? I've went through a lot myself, and I can't wait to break it down for you. We got a lot of great topics coming, but May is Mental Awareness Month, right? Who knew? But in the same sense, you're thinking about it, Mental Awareness Month. Well, that's interesting because my mental has been tested, right? And it's how true your mental body is, how you live life, right? So we're going to break down into that. Then we got some other good stuff on the table. We'll pull some cards for you guys, see what kind of energy we can expect so we can be a little bit prepared, and we're going to take it from there. So yeah, Mental Awareness Month is really just hit me. It's like, wow, seriously, why would they make the month of May Mental Awareness Month? All right. And then I had this whole consumption with the planets. Never really paid much attention to the astrology of the planets, if you will, right? Like I know I'm a Leo, and I know all my signs are fire, and I know I'm all fire, and I can just light anything on fire whenever I want, right? But I never really dove into it, right? So as I'm kind of stumbling into it, if you will, because I'm still not diving into it, but as I get a little bit more awareness, like how much Jupiter is a big part of my life. Not only is it in my signs and in my wheelhouse on my astrology, but also my name, right? And my birthday. And I find that very interesting because not only does my name rule Jupiter, but also my birthday, right? And then so I was looking at Jupiter, I'm like, wow, Jupiter is very interesting. It's wisdom, right? And there's a lot of knowledge there. And then I really started divulging into it. And I'm just like, I'm so over fascinated. You know, normally I only want to connect with Venus. We get to see Venus in the west sky every night. It's absolutely gorgeous. If you can get out there and see it, Venus shines so bright. You should be able to see it in the city. In fact, it's probably one of the only stars you see, and it's not even a star, it's a planet. So, yeah, Mental Awareness Month coming into that. I'm just really excited. I wanted to get on here, do a live. I mean, we're past due anyways, but how can you help your mental, right? How can you be more mentally focused? And I got to thinking about it as like organization. That's something I've struggled with in the past, right? But if you look at all these houses when you go down into the suburbs or you're getting in the city, God bless it if you have to go in there, right? For those who live there, I feel for you. I love living out in nature. But beyond that, how many people park all their cars outside, right? And their garage is full of keepsakes, I guess, if you will, but whatever it is. And I get it. Like, we got a lot of stuff for Christmas, but I've got a back barn, right? This is a studio we're in right here. It's a back building, right? It's a storage unit in a way, but in the same sense, people use their house for that because they don't have that. Imagine if they just build the garage, then they go through all the stuff, they organize it, and they get rid of a bunch of stuff, And then everything's got its own place out there. So when you need something, you know exactly where it's at, right? Now your garage is no longer a mess and you can move your cars inside, right? I mean, just think about like how much freedom that creates up, but in the same sense, how much what do they say? Feng shui goes through the area, right? So it's very important to be organized, in my opinion, and staying organized is where it's going to be. All right. So then as we get organized, we need to start living life, right? So we've been living life, having a great time. You got to make sure you stay hydrated. But as we live life, we learn. Okay? But we can't sit there and not live life. We can't contemplate and think how nice it would be to do this or that. Or I'll do it when this happens, right? We have to stop contemplating. I personally work with a lot of people that have a hard time contemplating. And I'm not calling any of you guys out. I'm sure we've talked about it before, right? But it's not about contemplating in itself. It's what you're holding and limiting yourself back from. As you contemplate, you could have been out there doing something and been involved in a situation. And when that situation arose and struck, the synchronicities would have happened and brought that love, life, abundance, whatever it is to you that you desire, right? And by you sitting there not wanting to engage and being wishy-washy and kind of holding yourself back and being lost in your thoughts, you're not putting yourself in positions for answers to come to you. Ah, yes. Thumbs up if you're loving this. We got like nobody in here. It's fine. I'm going to keep going like we got 1,000. Because you know what? I got an entourage that's so large. Oh, they're screaming, get it, D. So that's what I'm saying. We got to live life. We can't wait. You know, sometimes I wait on these videos. Maybe that's under my discretion. You know, I'll be honest with you guys, but I also have a lot of responsibilities and the 3 kids. I'm not going to list my things, but it's interesting, right? You see me struggle with it at times myself, but in the same sense, watch how I've grown, right? So most important lesson we got to get out of that is don't wait, right? We got to stop procrastinating. And, we fall in these ruts and rhythms that we don't want to get in out of because we're comfortable, right? That's why it's like, okay, accept change and learn to be uncomfortable. Well, some of us can't do that. Okay, change, right? And we get comfortable. Then what happens? Right? We can fall back into it. It's very interesting. Very, very interesting. But we got to move forward. Okay, the mental awareness, the mental constraints and pressures. We still have time to dissolve that. How are we going to dissolve that? I gave you one big key already, especially if you got a 2-car garage and you park your cars outside, right? Figure it out. Get that shed. Boom. You're off to the races. We can do things within our normal 3D structure life right now that will help our mental game, right? Right now, my mental game is getting mom and the kids to more when mom says something, the kids do it, right? Because mom sometimes has a hard time getting their attention. And then when she does get their attention, she done lost her attention span. Collision, right? So helping those avoid things like figuring out how we can be mentally strong moving forward is going to be important. And we can't, like I said, we can't wait. We're almost at a mental month. Jupiter's ruling the mental month. If you cure your mental month and you heal your mental month and you get your mental month going, you get your momentum in your momentum of your mental body. Huh? You get the momentum in your momentum of your mental body. That's pretty good. Got a call coming in here. What do we got? We still going good? Just want to make sure here. Yeah. Oh yeah, we're still good. I ain't getting no feedback in the chat. So if you're watching this on a replay, which I hope you are, I'm glad you're here. Like I said, we're divulging some good stuff. But how great of an opportunity are we in right now? It's Friday of Memorial. Yeah, Memorial, right? We're memorializing our freedom and independence. In the same sense, we got 3-day weekends. It's going to be a party. You know what I'm saying? So everybody's got to step into that. I got stoicism on there, but we're going to come back to that one. But as we come into this awareness of our mental, we start clearing our mental stuff. We start organizing our lives, right? We make our life easy. Everything that's been bothering us mentally, we got to crush. What is it? The 26th. We got all weekend and like a couple of days, I think until Wednesday or something. I don't know. I think it's Wednesday. To just crush and do everything that bothers your mental. Okay, because what happens? You free your mental, you can get more into your emotion, right? Which is scary for some of us, I understand, especially the women who live from the emotion. They're like, I'm trying to get out of the emotion and go to the mental. I get this. But we're moving our momentum into the mental, right? So we can get into the emotions so that we can feel and create what we desire, right? This is a flux capacitor moment, just swooping out and just wanting you to achieve this, right? And I think some of us are going to get lost in it, and that's what I don't want to do. And that's why I really want to come on here, because I have the frustrations and some of the things going on that we all share, right? But in understanding this momentum of the mental, bringing you into the emotion, so you can truly feel what you want to create. I mean, that's freaking, it's $1,000 webinar right there. And I only gave you like 10 minutes of it. But now we're going to keep going. Don't you worry. So as we come back into the mental, we're trying to understand ourselves, right? And really understanding yourself, I believe, is crucial. We really want to look outside of myself, right? I got to look at this, and I want to compare myself to that, and I want to keep up with the Joneses, right? And then we quit doing that. We kind of step back from the matrix. But our subconsciousness is still in there a little bit. But in the same sense, we're not really coming back to ourselves. So as we go through our journey, we come back to ourselves, right? And then we understand ourselves. And understanding yourself is very important. I will do a numerology session with it. It's still on the website if you wanted to book something like that. But in the same sense, there's so many people out there, and just the technology itself is ridiculous. I mean, I don't even think you need to speak to a human now. It's all AI program. But knowing your numerology and understanding where your soul's from and understanding your soul's path, I think is very crucial, because it puts you on this kind of more of a straight and narrow of like, okay, but in the same sense, you don't confine yourself to it, right? So we are everything. But to have that guidance of the numerology and the astrology, it's very interesting and eye-opening to me right now, especially because it's coming more full circle, right? And like I said, I'm not like no expert. Like, obviously, I looked at my life path. If you really want to know, my life path's the one, right? Like, you probably could have already guessed that. He's a 1. He's a Leo. He's all fire. It's fine. But in the same sense, I mean, that's a little ego talking. I don't want to get into that. I mean, I am who I am, but I'm cool with understanding who I am. And the more I understand myself, the more benevolence I'm able to step into, because I'm more respectful with my energy, right? When I was very mentally unstrong and my energy was flowing all over the place, like, the only thing that would come around me was these demons, right? And I get it. It suppressed me. But in the same sense, I was able to understand that I was the light and that I could overpower them, right? And then I stepped into that power, but then I pushed that power out as in a signal, like a signal. Do not mess with me, right? And over time, the demons faded out. because I became a bug zapper. Right? And that's why we want everybody to be a bug zapper. We don't want people to be lost in their mental thoughts and going all cuckoo and freaking out over the littlest bit of things. We want you guys to be mentally strong. Because if you're mentally strong, you can more control your emotions. If you become control of your mind and your emotions, well, brothers and sisters, you become a pretty powerful being, right? So we really got to understand that. But coming back and understanding yourself, I think, is really key to getting into that, because you understand the patterns and the revelations that you're supposed to go through. And as those patterns and revelations are revealed to you, that's what gets you more inside, right? And I get it. I totally do. And I still look outside of myself, right? Because I like to see heaven surrounding me. Okay. But how we perceive things is so important. And it's based upon our belief system, right? So building up, I am strong, I am gratitude. These things are so much good. So I popped into the group before I came on to the live, and I asked a few people if they had something. And one of my brothers and sisters in there, they were talking about stoicism. And I have the definition right here. And I think it's very interesting because that's what we need. Stoicism.
Here's the definition of stoicism: the endurance of pain or hardship without the display of feelings and without complaint.
Without feelings or complaints, right? If you can do stoicism, then you can control through your mental mind your emotions. Now, I'm not saying to be emotionalist. No, there's time to show emotion. But it's how deep you show emotion, right? As a kid, I wore my emotions on the sleeve, per se, right? Like, if I wasn't feeling good, you knew it, right? And then I got a little bit older, and if I wasn't feeling good, nobody felt good. And I was like, why can't I have a bad day? If I have a bad day, everybody else has a bad day. Why can't I just have a bad day? Right? Nope. Don't happen like that. It's very interesting. Well, why didn't it happen like that? Because of the power that I hold, right? The influence I have on the quantum reality around me, right? Being a very old soul with just a drive to achieve, right? It's hard to explain. So I want that for everybody. But Stoicism is real. And then a little bit of it says in the ancient Greek school of psychology, founded at the Athens, back there in Rome, right? School taught that the virtue, the highest good, is based on knowledge. The wise live in harmony with the divine reason. Live in harmony with the divine reason. Think about that. Sit on that. And that's really what we really want to be on this beautiful Memorial weekend. This is the time, guys. I mean, it is absolutely beautiful. The days are later. Everything's just christening. I mean, it is just, it's absolutely beautiful. I don't think christening was the right word for that, but that's what we went with. I don't know if the mute worked, but I had to clear my throat. The allergies have definitely been picked up. We've had cottonwood flying like snow, man. It's been crazy. So that's about all I wanted to write on. But yes, the resilience, we have to be resilient. We have to move. Can't wait. Practice stoicism. Don't have a reaction emotionally over a situation, because then mentally you'll be able to control the situation. And what I mean by mentally is you think what needs to happen, it happens. If you're in your power and you think what needs to happen, it happens. Even if somebody else is by you in the same power, if not stronger, they're going to pick up on it. And it's going to be done, right? It shall be done. Oh, we've had 2 people pop in and give some likes. Appreciate you guys. That is great stuff. I'm loving it. If I look just right at it, the balls become my eyes. All right, so we got a popper. How ironic, of course. Can't even really see it. I'm down light. It's Angel of Balance. Look at the pyramids in the background. They're gold, shining, coming at you. 48. What's 48? 4 plus 8 is 12. Goes to a 3. Go 3! Angel of Balance. Look what she's holding. She's holding you. Right? So find your Angel of Balance. Perfect. I really did feel like, next couple weeks, this is going to be all about us because it's going to be so fabulous. The energy is great. I hope you guys are feeling it. Oh, storm warning. All right. Obviously, if we're feeling this good on Friday, and think about the collective, right? They're all excited. They're going to go run and do their camping. They're going to go on their vacations. And everybody is getting excited and moving around, right? I'm sure the interstates were a mess everywhere. If you think about it, okay, everybody's in a pretty excited moment. So we got to understand there's a storm warning going, but we got adjacent possibilities. So the storm's coming. And we can go back into mental chaos. Did he say chaos? That's right. We can go back into mental chaos, or we can choose the higher road and live in mental awesomeness. Because when your mental is controlled and your mental is healed, as I said earlier, your emotions will be healed. Because you can control your emotions now because your mental body isn't sending false program to your emotions to make you feel away. Right? I remember being young, though, just going out on my own. And I didn't want to go in anywhere. Like, I didn't have no wingman. I was finally by myself. Like, there was times I didn't even want to go in somewhere. So I understand that feeling. And, you think about, oh, Leo, that's all charged up. And, yeah, I had my moment of that. Granted, I was only 21, but we have to put ourselves out there so we can get in a synchronicity, right? We have the Angel of Balance coming in with us. We are going to go through a storm, and we decide ourselves right now, right here. Are we going to do something over this weekend to clear our mental constraints so that way we can walk and have more room to accept new mental awareness to us, right? That's where it's at. And that is where I believe the true magic is going to happen. I've already seen it. I finally got like a C plus this time around. Like every time coming up into this mentally, I always got an F, and I got C plus. But the C plus is just, we're going somewhere right now. It's like very interesting. I just don't want you brothers and sisters to struggle out there. I hope you're doing well. Like I said, enjoy this 3-day weekend if you're living in the United States for sure. And to all my brothers and sisters around the world, we couldn't give you much love and gratitude. I'm telling you what, it's a beautiful time for us. The sun is late. The garden's getting planted this weekend. Just all the abundance that's around me. The strawberries look fantastic. We're getting blueberries. I'm going to have some apples this year. I mean, it's just, words cannot express, but in the same sense, I've seen all the actions and the expressions and the drive that's went into creating this. And now that I'm starting to see my abundance, right? And we have to be very profound with how we move forward, even if it's just in small ways, mentally, internally. Over the next few months, we really need to be intentional over that stuff. So that way we can achieve, what we want to achieve. And I believe they stoked it up. They're like right before Halloween when that moon hits. That's going to be the full cycle for those who really follow the astrology, right? And I find that very fascinating because that's kind of a damn lot of time. In a way, I mean, it's going to be here before you know it. But don't even want to think about that because we're in the best part. I love this time. It's just so beautiful outside. So warm. I can be outside. I don't watch any TV during this time of the year. It's just beautiful, you know? So get out there, brothers and sisters, and enjoy yourself. Wanted to keep this one short, keep your attention span going quick. That was a lot of information I definitely put down. But a quick recap for those who just popped in, so you might want to watch the replay. May was Mental Awareness Month. We got to organize to understand ourselves so the energy can be resilience as we live life and don't waste time. We practice stoicism. And I just got an urge to pull. No, where's it at? Deck's not there. Oh, here. Numerology, since I've been so into numerology lately. So the cards I pulled earlier with the storm warning and that was how the energy is going to be. Okay, so you're going to see a storm warning, whether it's this weekend when you get around people. I don't know when the storm warning is going to be in your reality. But when it happens, you got to prepare yourself, right? So these numerology cards, they are more of the 3D, how you need to carry yourself, how you should carry yourself to be ready for the interviews. So we'll see what they provide. Looks good. But no, it's going to be very crucial for all of us to be angel of balance. You know, maybe not push somebody over the ledge this weekend. Maybe not get in a confrontation. Understand people are where they are for what they need to be. All right, these are beautiful. So we got love, be love, number 6. Then we got number 8, manifestation. So find your love, manifest. And the last one, how appropriate. Everybody's going to get out in nature. 74. It goes to 11. Power number. Nature's your power. Well, I'm glad I treated you guys well. I had a blast. I felt like I did that longer than that, but it was only 28 minutes. That's awesome. Definitely divulged through it, went through it. But that's just what I've been going through, and that's how I've been feeling, you know, and just the way things have been rolling off of me. It's very interesting being a human in this time because, let's face it, we're up against a lot of people who have no clue. And when you get out of the matrix, you can feel that. But in the same sense, it's the resilience, right? Don't get lost in the ego. Don't get lost in your pride. All right, go back to the consciousness chart. Figure out where your emotions and your thoughts are. And then look at the words of affirmations above you, where you'd like to be. Simple things like that's what's going to carry us on our journey and raise us to a new plateau. And once we hit that plateau, yeah, it's like the angels singing. It's like you can take a breath of fresh air. You can just calm down. We don't have to go back into this craziness. You know, you choose to. And then when you choose to, and you get in there, you're like, there's no way I chose this. It's like, yeah, you did. You took this thought. You wouldn't get it out of your head. Drove you crazy. Instead of asking this person what they thought, you just made up their own thoughts. And then they all just tortured you for the next 6 months. And then come Halloween, you manifested shit. You're upset. And it's Halloween. And all the spooky ooga ooga woogas are around. And you just can't handle life. That sounds sad to me. Very sad. Don't be that person. Okay? And if you feel like you're that person, then go look yourself in the mirror. And don't be that person. Got one person in the chat. I'll give you 30 seconds to ask a question. Ask a question with D. Then we're going to get off because I pretty much cleared my mind. I feel good about it. I feel really good about it. I really do. I mean, I've got a lot of good things to achieve in my life, and I understand that. But in the same sense, I'm very much coherent with living with my kids and just enjoying that moment, right? My wife took before and after photos. Kids had their last day of school today. And just to see how much they've grown over a year, and I'm like, wait a second. That's not even a year. That's like 10 months, 9 months, you know? It's like, wait a second. But it is truly fascinating how much we can grow. And I pick different trees when they've been planted to look at when I drive. And it's really cool just to see as you drive how things grow, right? How we've progressed over 5 years is just, so I'm sending you a little bit of gratitude for this weekend as well, because I think it'll carry yourself a long way. It's just like, think about where we've come and how far we made it and all the great things that we're blessed with. And let's all have a blessed holiday weekend. Stay safe out there and just live. Don't hesitate. If somebody calls you tomorrow and asks you to do something and you're not sure about the person or whatever, just go. Because even if it's that person, you find somebody else there. You got to put yourself out there so you can have synchronicities happen to you. And once you start achieving synchronicity after synchronicity, you figure out the loop of manifestation, and life feels so good, It goes into like a diving deep, infinite water moment. It feels so good, baby. Oh, that kind of sounds like Austin Powers. But no, seriously, jokesters aside, you guys have a great, amazing, blessed weekend. Remember, we are guiding the light, and together we will guide that light to where it needs to be. Stay persistent, stay awesome. And with that, you be you, and you stay true. Peace.